Hello, people of YouTube. My name is Steve Gray. This is Gray's Guitars. Thank you for watching. This is a video that I should have done a while ago, but haven't. I got a request to talk about my Carvin MTS3200 Master Tube Series. So this was an amp that they made back around 2005. It is a Foley tube amp, 100 watts or 50 watts. I'll show you the switch momentarily. And let's just kind of go through it. I'll show you the amp. I'll probably do a little demo for you on both channels. It has four 6L6 power tubes, then it has five I believe it is 12AX7 power tubes. There is a way to bias this as well, so that way you're only using 4 of those power tubes if you so choose. And you can also switch this from 100 watts to 50 watts if you so choose, and you'll only use 2 of the tubes. I usually keep this one on 100 watts all the time because then the tubes burn more evenly. It was on 100 watts when I bought it. I got it off of a guy that was getting rid of a bunch of guitar stuff. This was kind of one of the things that was left. I think I got this, a couple of pedals, and a pedal board for like 180 bucks. So decent deal on this overall. The main reason I have this is because I bought it as a backup for my PV6505 Plus that I may do a video of in the near future, when I was in a band at the time, but now I don't really need it. I hate to say it. I like the way my PV sounds a little bit better, so she remains unplugged because I only have the one cab, which ironically is also a Carvin 400 watt cab that belongs with this head. It was made around the same time period. So excuse my shaky hands, but we're gonna get up underneath here. So we got the Carvin MTS3200 Master Tube Series. I got the power and the standby on the left-hand side, as opposed to down here. This power and standby is on the right-hand side, just as a comparison. The knobs are pretty nice. They're all metal knobs. If I get up in here, if I can, if my camera focus, you can see they're all attached with like little screws, as a lot of guitars do. So we have a master reverb. Yes, this is actual spring reverb too, so it's not a fake reverb. Your lead presence 1 that only works on the lead channel. This is your clean channel right here, clean 2. Got your treble, your mid, your bass. There is your presence knob, so you can choose whether or not to have the presence on or off. It's a master presence and a master reverb for both channels. And then there's your channel switch there, going over here. You can see 50th anniversary. That's how I know this is from 2005. There's your input. And you got your treble, middle, bass, drive, and volume. There is no drive on the clean channel for this particular amp. The clean channel is great. Everybody loves the clean channel on these things. The dirty channel, not so much. Does take pedals very well though. So let's go ahead, take a quick side view. There's the top view. You made me clean it off of my guitar. All my junk off of the top of this. Got the nice metal handle there. All the corner edges. This one's a little beat up. Are metal. What I like about this more than the PV is this one has the removable plug. If I can get it out, as you can see. We're going to go ahead and put that in. A little hard to do this one-handed. And if you look at the PV down here where I got my speakers plugged into, that is not removable. There is your fuse. It's a little bit hard to see because of the grate, but you got 4 power tubes in there, transformer on this end, transformer on that end. And then it does have an effect loop, got a foot switch, got a cabinet line out. So that's where you can switch for the bias between different tube types, which is pretty nice. Then you can also see you got 6 ohms, 8 ohms, or 16 ohms. You got your 50 watt if you want it, or your 100 watt if you want it. There is your speaker, so you can have a full stack attached to this, 100 watts. And there is your logo, Carvin MTS3200 Master Tube Series. Now, a lot of people, as I come back around to the front here, A lot of people don't like these. Carvin, if you're familiar with the brand, Kiesel actually owns them now, where they're part of the same company. Carvin doesn't make any amps anymore. You don't see it on guitars anymore. Everything's Kiesel now, as of 2017. And their amps really weren't that a big, I hate to say they weren't a big seller, but they weren't. I believe Steve Vai used them at one point in time. They turned into the Legacy series. The Carvin amps did at one point. So went from Carvin branding to Legacy branding to no more business at all ever again at any point in time. And I don't even know what Steve Vai's using these days. He's got the Ibanez Gems. Maybe he's using the same old amps. I mean, this thing's from 2005 and works really well. When I bought this, though, the transformer was rattling really, really badly. Found out it was just missing a screw, so we put a screw in the transformer. I took it to an amp tech. Works fine now. I have noticed, though, I can't stand as close to this as I can with the PV. For whatever reason, especially single coil, just gives you super feedback even at low volumes, because this thing has volume. That is the one thing. This thing has a lot of volume. It is a super loud amp. Definitely not an apartment amp. Maybe plug some headphones in here. It doesn't really have a headphone jack, so you can't do that too well, but maybe you get an adapter or something if you own one of these bad boys. But good amp overall. As I said, I haven't plugged it in a while, so this is going to be the first time probably playing on this amp in 3 months. You can see by the dust on the top of this thing. You know, you can see that I have a pedal that I have sitting up front my golden plexi. You can see just how unmoved this thing is, because I'm not currently in a band, and I really haven't been using this thing. I actually brought, this was the amp I left over at the bandmate's house to primarily use and play, because my PV it was really expensive, and I don't like moving $500 equipment over, but it's also the one on top. That's probably the real reason, as I was just too lazy to move stuff around. But great amp overall. Let's take a listen to it, and then let me know, your thoughts in the comments down below. And maybe I will show my face at some point in this video. Maybe I won't. It depends if I feel like it, because this is going to have to be me filming in 2 parts. So let's go to the demo. So let's do a little demo here. We are on the clean channel right now. The volume right now is at like half, because this thing just gets super loud. I'm going to just turn it down a little bit, because I don't want to overpower the microphone. Now what we're going to do is turn on the presence mode here. This is like a master presence. It's supposed to give it more of like an acoustic tone. I'm still on the clean channel. If I turn it off, turn this up to 10. On second thought, now that I'm looking at it, it says lead 1 presence. So most likely that doesn't work on the clean channel. So on the clean channel, it looks like all you got is treble, middle, bass, and you do have a master reverb that I can crank up here. You can hear that. I'll turn up my volume a little bit. Turned on the reverb to about a 5, and then we are going in the middle position. I'm playing through my Epiphone Les Paul with a Seymour Duncan pickups, because I don't think any of you have heard this guitar yet since I did the pickup swap. Turn my treble down a little bit. we're just going to turn up my mids a little bit, turn up my bass to about a 5, treble, we're gonna round that down to a 4. Presence doesn't seem to do anything anyway, and just for the heck of it, we're doing reverb 10, because why not? The feedback that you're hearing, probably the beeping, that is caused by a cell phone tower that I have in my backyard. There's really nothing I can do about it. I've tried multiple different cables, different shielding. It does not make a difference. I get it no matter what I do. But now I got the reverb on about 3. Now what's interesting about this is you always start on the lead channel. So this is currently the channel button to push. You have to push this in to get on the clean channel. So let's go to the lead channel. This is going to get really loud because we got a drive. We're going to turn the drive down, get my cord out of the way for you so you can see it better, to about a 3. Presence is off. We're going to put the reverb back on 0. So it's just going to be this. You got about 3 on the treble, 6 on the mid, 6 on the bass. And you can already hear the feedback because this thing is really loud. I'm going to turn the volume down on the guitar itself, take a step back. Just the sheer amount of volume you get out of this amp is ridiculous. I literally cannot stand more than, got to stand about 2 or 3 feet away from it. Because if I get close here, you hear the hum. That's interference. Because the volume is too high on the pickups, you're too close to the amp. But we're back on the neck pickup here with the Seymour Duncan Jazz and JB set. I can almost get clean tones out of it if I go quiet enough here. Now I'm going to put the volume, so keep in mind the volume on this right now isn't even at 1. So I am going to turn the volume max on my guitar, take a few steps back, and this is probably going to sound really bad through the microphone, but we'll just deal with it. And now what we're going to do is we're going to turn down the drive a bit here, and we're going to put on the presence. Turn that up, see if you can hear the difference. This might sound better in the middle pickup position, the middle position with both pickups. Let's see if you can really hear the difference if I put it on 10. Unfortunately, the drive does have to be on no matter what in this channel for you to get any sound out of it. I'll be honest with you, I don't really hear that much of a difference, so I'm wondering if this thing even works on this amp. Because I'm gonna... turn up the volume a hair. If there is a difference, if there is a difference at all, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's very, very subtle. So now we are going to put this on the treble here. We're going to turn the drive up a bit. This is going to get bad. Let's get some reverb going. And then we got your standby, and that'll kill your volume. But yeah, I mean, decent amp overall, sounds pretty decent. A lot of people complain it's very 80s sounding, which I kind of agree. It is pretty 80s sounding. But overall, I got to look into my presence and see if that thing actually works, because I honestly don't think that button does anything on my amp. I was putting this to 10. When I do it with the 6505, I definitely hear a subtle difference with the resonance and presence. But with this, I heard absolutely nothing. So there it is. There is your kind of overview of the Carvin MTS3200 Master Tube series. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, leave a like, and feel free to comment down below what you would like me to do for future guitar and music related videos. Thank you for watching. This is Gray's Guitars, and as always, have a good one.